Hey, Bill.
Yeah, Eric.
You know there's this little thing called the Reality Rant vidcast on YouTube?
Yeah. Whole bunch of people from Ukraine are watching it.
Ukraine?
Yep, Finland too.
So are we like entering the Olympics as 13-year-old Russian gymnasts?
No, that would be China.
No. Instead, we're here to bring you the first ever Reality Rant, drum roll, pick off. That's right, we've got PowerPoint now. Scary enough, folks, but we're here to entertain you, to let you have a little bit of fun. Don't forget how you can keep in contact with the Reality Rant. That's right, you can listen to the podcast. We have a podcast. You know who else has a podcast?
Satan?
Rob has a podcast. Sesternino?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got one too. Listen to it. It's actually pretty good. But we have a podcast on iTunes. Search Reality Rant. Also find us on Twitter, at Reality Rant on Twitter. And if you have comments that you want to send to us, you can email them to a magical address that we will actually show you a little bit later on. But for now, we need to get to our first face-off.
Yes, sir.
And that first face-off is your audition song for American Idol. Now, this is not necessarily saying what song you can sing the best, but it is saying what song would you enjoy performing and potentially have a good shot at actually making it through.
Oh, that was the criteria? Crap.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, well.
So,
My choice remains the same either way.
what is your choice?
Boom. CeeLo. I don't
Really?
even have to tell you what the title is. Everybody knows what the title is.
I was actually going to say, you need to kind of explain to people what the title of the song is. We're supposed to be writing song titles down, but... Okay.
But with CeeLo, you only need to know that. Two reasons. One, I actually think I can pull it off. But two, the comedy value would be through the roof, because if you audition with it, I could sing it uncensored and they would bleep it in the audition, which would just be
Yes.
hilarious. I'd probably get put through if I was even half good on it, just for entertainment
Sure.
purposes. And then let's say, miracle of miracles, I make it to the top 12.
Okay.
And then I get eliminated. Especially if I'm eliminated right on the
That
bubble
is
for
your
the tour.
goodbye song if I've ever
That
seen
is
it.
my goodbye song, and because it's live TV, what are they gonna do? I'll tell them I'm gonna sing the Forget You version.
And you know what? Even the first 2 or 3 times you say it, you should start out by saying, "Forget you and forget her too."
And then right before we close it, I go full force, uncensored live TV, and go
with
out
choreography.
and go out
Get
with
my
a,
drift? With choreography.
yes, read between the lines, and just go out with a humongous blaze of sour grapes.
It would be a lot of fun. Now,
That's hands down my pick.
all right. Since you're going with the whole artist card, I'm going to go there too. I'm going to start off and say this is something that should be performed much more frequently. And I've always made the argument that when you pick an artist,
Okay.
it's actually wise to pick one of the opposite gender in order to avoid comparisons.
At the same time, we saw what happened with that kid last season that did all Christina Aguilera songs, and that was horrifying.
But you don't try to do the song like Christina Aguilera does it. You have to find your own way to do it.
The fact that he made it to like the top 4 was
I'm going to
disgusting.
go with P exclamation point Inc.
Okay, better than Ked $sign Hub.
That was the point. There are a couple of songs that she would have that I could absolutely choose to perform. But the biggest thing about Pink and her music is that she tends to do things that are a little bit emotional, that have some grit, some feeling behind it. I would probably go with Who Knew.
Okay.
Who Knew is one of those songs that's kind of touched the heart in the right ways. You know, it's emotional, and likewise, it's one that doesn't necessarily nail yourself down to being a woman when you sing it. Now, I could talk about Just a Pill, but Paul is not there anymore, so we can't play that card.
You know what would be
God
interesting?
could be a DJ, but we're not doing a Jersey Shore ripoff. So
You know what would be fun? Do Who Knew, and then go medley version, and then go into Raise Your Glass.
I think Raise Your Glass is a little bit too much of a party song to be taken seriously.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, go for the emotions, then go for party.
Sure, but before we move on here, you want to work on a mashup between Who Knew and You?
So you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It could be a very interesting song. We might have a hit on our hands.
Who knew you? Okay.
Round 2.
Okay.
Celebriality!
I hate that word. It's not a word.
It is a word.
It's a portmanteau that's completely retarded.
Do you really think our audience understands what portmanteau wins?
I would
means?
Wow. Yes, portmanteau
It's
wins.
been a long day, folks.
Portmanteau could win you the spelling bee.
Yeah, if you and him can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yes, enough. The point is, what celebrity would you most want to see on a reality television show? A legitimate competition.
Okay, so
You don't need to write it down. We've got a picture of a fine young gentleman back here. Who the heck is that? Seriously, stop writing and talk. Seriously, just talk.
Dude,
Talk.
what the frick?
Exactly. What the... You. What do you think?
I was writing down that I wanted to see Justin Bieber on To Catch a Predator.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I don't think that's possible.
It'd be hilarious, though.
Can you really catch a predator if you are what's being caught? And Michael Jackson is dead, so move on.
Okay, let's see. Celebrity on... how about George Orwell on Big Brother?
Again, dead! That's
crap.
a mild problem. Would be very interesting.
Alright,
Is that his eye in the logo by any chance?
That'd be interesting.
And?
Alright, fine. See this dumpy little boy with the messed up brace teeth and the glasses?
That chubby little porker?
Yep.
You mean not mine? Okay,
Yep.
go ahead.
That's Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan friggin' Seacrest.
Douchebag extraordinaire,
Okay.
Ryan Seacrest.
Why Ryan Seacrest? What show?
America's Got Talent.
Oh, God.
I want
I
him
see
to
where
go
this is
on a
going.
stage and he literally can do anything he wants. He can sing, he can dance, he can tell jokes, do magic tricks, do anything. Prove to me once and for all, Seacrest, that you actually have a talent to deserve the millions upon millions of dollars you have and the hot women that you can sleep with on a nightly basis.
What is it, Julianne Hough right now?
Yeah, it was like it was her. I don't know if she's doing it now. I mean, it was Terry Hatcher.
Doing now.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
just let
Terry.
it be.
It was Terry
But
Hatcher for a while. I was like,
You do have to admit, I'd be very interesting. You think he'd come out and play the water glasses, or what?
I mean, I can't imagine what in God's name he would do. If nothing else, I just want to see that golden moment where Howie Mandel, Sharon Osbourne, Piers Morgan, triple buzz, you die, and then Piers gets to chew you out for being the most talentless hack in all of Ireland.
Are you concerned that those three might be concerned for their own careers? Because Seacrest, unfortunately, does have a certain degree of power and would be afraid to hit the button.
Dude, if I was concerned for people's careers, do you think I would be dissing Ryan Seacrest on the internet?
Enough said.
Give me my board back.
My choice. Can you see this lovely little lady over here shoving the butter and cake down her throat?
It kind of looks like a white blob, but okay.
Paula Dean. This is a Paula that should be on reality TV as opposed to
I guess I was
the
close.
other Paula who's got Live to Dance.
I guess I was close when I said white blob.
I want Paula Dean on Survivor.
What?
Yes. Paula Dean needs to be on Survivor. First of all, we know the record of Southern women on reality shows.
Yes, thank you, Jane.
You want feisty Southern women. They always tend to at least put on a show if they don't even do that well. But more importantly, I always say one of the best moments that ever happened on Survivor was when they first gave them a Dorito. Not a bag of Doritos. A Dorito. And, oh my god, you've never seen pure joy and bliss in the faces of 6, 7, 8 people who had one Dorito to share. Snickers. Oh my god, there's Snickers on the wheel. Woo, it's one bite of Snickers bar.
Yeah,
Take a woman. Yeah, it's my turn to talk. Take a woman who does nothing but slather her entire dining delicacies with butter and cream, whipped cream, sour cream, heavy cream, and bacon. And bacon. Put her out in Nicaragua. Tell her that she doesn't get to eat. And, let's see Chase deny this woman a reward. You want to see someone go ballistic and burn the camp down. Whoo! That's what I'm waiting for. And I actually think she could play the game decently well, too.
remember the good old days when we thought they were being too easy on the players when they let all 10 of them share one Snickers bar and one can of Mountain Dew?
Yes.
Give me
That was too easy.
Give me my board back.
Here you go, as we move on to the next pick-off. It really kind of sounds like we got to pick our noses or something.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose,
The
but
next
don't pick your friend's nose.
twist. There is going to be a twist. Big Brother needs to have one desperately. We've talked about it 1,000 times. Now, we did argue that one of the best twists was the no twist.
Yeah.
So, with any luck and fortune, do you have a twist? Answer that question that we posed last vidcast.
Yes.
Do you have a twist that could save the upcoming season of Big Brother?
I don't know if it could save it, but it's one I've been wanting to see for a while.
Do it.
Bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters?
And I don't mean Dog and Beth and all those idiots. I don't mean that. What I mean is, in essence, combine America's player with the idea of getting rid of the people we want to get rid of instead of keeping Rachel forever. Each week, the America's Choice poll will pick one player. That player will now have a bounty on their head, obviously nullified if they become head of household.
Mm-hmm.
If the head of household nominates that person for eviction,
they get paid?
They get paid $5,000. If that person gets evicted, the head of household gets $10,000. They won't know who the bounty is because you don't want to tamper with the game that way.
Mm-hmm.
But just add that element of thinking, who does America want us to get rid of? And let me factor that into my decision when making my nominations.
So hold on a second. How do we notify, and who do we notify in the cast of who has the bounty on their head?
You don't notify them. You just tell them at the beginning of the season, each week, one of you will have a bounty on your head.
So they'll only know that the bounty was on the person's head if they successfully evict them and be like, oh, that was the bounty person.
Yeah, if they get rid of them, then the head of household will be notified in private that they did get rid of the bounty. You don't want to create a target on their back by telling the whole house. And of course, when the person's a victim themselves, when they get out, say, oh, by the way, you were the bounty this week. So you just made so-and-so $10,000.
I cringe at what power it gives the editors when it's crafting stories and personas and showing people who's important, but I would be more interested in taking that idea and actually having a list next to the memory wall that kind of constantly shows who America wants gone. I'm not saying that you actually get money for it, but I think that alone would make people start questioning, wait, why do they hate me, or why do they hate someone else?
At the same time, again, I don't want to necessarily screw with the mechanics of the game. I just want them to at least be able to double and triple guess themselves to say, I know this person is complete jury fodder and they're a horrible person, and if I take them to the end, I'm guaranteed to win. But I may not make it to the end, so why not score a quick 10 grand now by getting rid of them?
Let me make this simple for you folks. This is the end-all, be-all of Big Brother, and at some point it will be implemented, because at some point I will be running the show. So watch out for maybe Big Brother 28. At that point, we will be adding bonus votes. What do I mean by bonus votes? Very simply, I'm going to have puzzles hidden throughout the house. We've seen that done on Big Brother before. I'm going to have additional competitions. There are going to be many opportunities for players to win votes that they can just keep in their pockets and stuff into that little diary room eviction ceremony at any time. You'll never know when they use it. In many cases, you won't know a player has extra votes to put into the box. And all of a sudden, week one, when all of a sudden, you have 13 contestants, we'll say, and 2 people are nominated, 1 person's head of household, so you have 10 votes. I want to see someone's face when it says, by a vote of 17 to 6. People will be like, what? And I'm not going to explain to the house that there are extra votes. You will only find out there are extra votes when you win one.
Okay.
When you win one or you find one, then you'll know. And people will figure it out by halfway through the season. You know, that obviously will be clear.
I would want to see that for one reason only.
Sure.
I want the most savvy player in the world to split their vote and create paranoia.
Absolutely.
I want
so many options.
I want to see since there's 10 people, I want to see a 10-to-1 vote. Who was the... I was like...
It wasn't anybody.
I was like, they'll forget that there's an incorrect number of votes. They'll be like, who cast the mystery vote? Who went against the house? Who did this? And then that person immediately wins head of household. Like, I think it was this guy. That could be ingenious.
It could be hilarious, ingenious, and, dare I say it, worthy of me becoming executive producer.
So, Allison Grodner, here are 2 idiots who just watch your show, and we've come up with better twists in 5 minutes than you have in 10 years.
We love you, but maybe you should love us a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, folks, so that was our inaugural Take Your Pick and your pick off, and any other punch you can think of pick. Hell, what you need to do now is get in touch with us. You need to vote on who's the better man, who had the better arguments. Hell, which options you prefer in this little debate, and also suggest a better name than pick off, please. The information's on the screen, realityrantpodcast@gmail.com. Tweet us in the face, Reality Rant on Twitter. Vote now, damn it.